You just eat your food. Don't worry about it. Welcome back to Less Cash, More Mash. My name's Tom.
And my name's Mike.
Oh, I thought you were going to be animated this time.
How you going for
I don't know. I do the same thing every time. So we're cracking open a new bottle of Benchmark FullProof.
I didn't know what theme you were going on. We're gonna add that little boop, 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 boop.
Really didn't have a theme. I say the same thing every time, and I said, I wonder if people are annoyed with my annoying voice. But there you go.
So one day maybe I'll stop.
Once again, huge thank you to super fan of the channel, Steve, for getting us. I don't know if this is the last one he brought back, but it's definitely the last benchmark that we have. So this is the last one to round out the
Benchmark series
that they have on there. Again, he got these in Kentucky when he was driving through via map. He drove around the country for us anyways. But
there's a lot of driving.
Not going to bore you with the whole story on it. This is 125 proof. It was $21.99 for 125 proof. You can't really beat that. It with
already
a stick.
thinking
So, I mean, I don't even care what it tastes like. You can throw this in something.
No, we don't care.
I care. But honestly, like if you're just looking for a high proof at a low price, this you're not going to get any bigger bang for your buck. What?
Could taste like ass. Then you put Coke.
I was going to say, would you not drink it? No, you're going to put it in something. That's what I'm saying.
I get like a ginger ale.
Well, if you're looking for that party mixer where you're making the fruit bowl, you know what I mean, and the stuff.
Too bad we can't get it.
You can't get it anywhere. You're right. So
let me help them out because I can already see there's a problem.
Did you see that? That second pour just kills me every time. There you go. The bottle gets so heavy. So they don't call it cast strength because they call it FullProof because it goes in the barrel at 125 and it comes out of the barrel at whatever it is as cast strength, but they proof it back down to the 125. So that's why it's called FullProof because it comes out, they keep it at the same exact, so they can't technically call it cast strength because if it was at 130, they proof it down to 125 just to keep it. So that's why it's called
just ahead of
FullProof. Well, it's just one of them things. So he was making faces. He doesn't think my peripherals were catching him. But I don't know what he was.
I was just trying to be funny that you were yapping and I could sip.
I was like, I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
No.
Now, the funny thing about all this is if you watched all of our series of doing all these, they all have that butterscotch nose except for the single barrel, which confuses the heck out of me.
No,
why the
this
single
one's
barrel?
not as strong. It's there. Don't get me. It's there.
It is there.
Oh, it's definitely there.
Yeah, it's weird. The low proof ones seem to have more of that. But the single barrel did not have
it was a
any.
middle one.
The single barrel.
Yeah, this one.
But that doesn't make sense. You would think the single barrel would have the most of it because it was a single barrel of it.
I don't know.
It is weird to me.
And as you were saying, it's too bad this isn't up here because this would sell off the shelves.
It almost makes me wonder.
Because a lot of bars would have this for a mixer.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's a little too high for a mixer.
Yeah, but it's so cheap.
But a bar wouldn't do it. They're liable. Your house, on the other hand, that would work.
You feel the proof.
No, you do. It's very similar to the rest as far as
it's
nose.
giving that whole hug. It's not going away.
No, it's
the hug's there. I got to go back on the flavor of it because I took a little sip, but even that little sip came, you know what I mean? And like it just finally cleared up. Like it was sitting there. But you definitely get that really sweet butterscotchy flavor on the Benchmark.
It knows.
But why? Only when they add water. Like I don't get why the single barrel it was only 90 proof. That's just weird. Why that one didn't have the butterscotch flavor?
Oh, we had a bad day or something, but it didn't really have the nose either.
No, it
80,
totally
80 or 95 proof.
I remember saying this is gonna throw me because it doesn't taste like the rest of the Benchmark when we did it.
the nose should stand out to both of us. And I say that, and I'm gonna friggin' miss it.
Yeah, we're guessing bourbon when they rise, so who the hell knows? We just when you think you know what you're doing, you look like a donkey on film. But it is what it is. The game is a lot harder than it looks. That's for sure.
Very, very much so.
It is a lot harder, and I recommend anyone who has any kind of collection to try it because it's a
You
ton
need a
of fun.
collection. You could have probably 4 or 3.
But that's what I'm saying. It's a
good
lot.
luck.
It's just a lot of fun. It really is. Yep. So you're getting a traditional. It's not a caramel to me, and I didn't barely even drink it because it's sitting on me.
It's
Like it's sitting.
I
Right here.
don't mind. I don't mind it at all. Is it? No, because it does have the numbing littleness. A little.
No, it doesn't have. I'm going to do it right now.
I
I didn't switch the last one.
don't even switch. If you just take that, you'll get the baby Orgeat.
Well, I don't want. I want to see what it does. I want to see how long the flavor actually lasts in my.
That's not outrageous. Oh, that if you do that, it might. I didn't try that trick. Cause see, then it. Well, with the nose, I don't think it's gonna bring me anywhere else. But
No, when you actually swish it around, like the actual front of my tongue was like on fire there for a second. It was like it was sweltering, like in its cheeks. On my cheeks, it actually hit for a little bit.
Tongue, yeah.
It actually hit. And
It stays.
It
stays.
Now I got like the numbing effect where it's just sitting there. So it hung a little bit. I wasn't noticing when I was just taking my regular sip. So I'll do that on my regular sip.
It doesn't have like a long-lasting flavor
It honestly reminds me of when you do mouthwash because you get like that burning effect that just sits.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where you get the flavor, but it's more the burning on the sides of your cheeks.
Then you keep doing it more.
Yeah, it's just one of them. Like that's what it reminded me of when I just switched it. So I'm gonna just try a traditional.
But it stays.
Yeah,
It does.
Let me just do like the rest for a drink.
You probably leave it because I'll probably have a sip and then I won't have enough for cheers. The nose really doesn't change.
For 120 though, it has like a medium to slow finish, like low.
It doesn't sit
last
either
in your mouth as long.
If you swish it, it does. That's it.
No, but as a normal drinker, it doesn't last in your mouth as long as a lot of the other higher proofs. But for $21.99, I would buy this all day long. It's not heavy on the butterscotch. You definitely get it on the nose.
You get a sweetness
and it's definitely
going down.
there. But it's not a offensive butterscotch. It's not. I like this much better than like the old number 8 over there. You know what I mean? Where that just seems like overly sweet because you're not getting it. At least this gives you a little elbow on the way down with the punch
definitely does that.
of the 120. You know what I mean? It's not just all butterscotch and candies in your mouth. You know what I mean? So
and if you're starting, that's still an easy drinker.
it's not. If you like that sweetness, yeah, that's great.
Right.
It's actually, and you can't beat it for the price. You know what I mean? But it's just, it's too bad it's not around in this area, though. I agree with you. I think
They would sell a shitload of this.
I think they all would sell.
It's 22. Booker's was 80. And they're not even. It's not apples and oranges. That is apples and oranges.
It's actually apples and bananas right there. It's not anywhere near.
Way better flavor, and you, obviously you are paying for what you get for there. Mm-hmm. But proof wise, if you're just going to go have fun and have a party, you much rather be throwing this one around than that one around.
Oh, 100%.
Unless you got high end.
I'm trying to think.
If you got high end friends, then you can throw it
for 22. I mean, the closest one for price wise would probably be $17.92 FullProof. I think is around 120 proof.
Not for this price though.
That's 45 too. I'm trying to think in my head.
There's nothing.
What is it? I mean, even rare breed 115, but that's still in the mid 40s.
For this proof, I don't think we get it.
No, I'm just trying to think of
and
one.
You can't even ring up your grand favorite of 101.
That's 100.
It's right.
100 proof. Yeah.
Oh, 100.
Yep.
if they had this would be this would be a big seller here.
I think it would. The problem would probably be is all the college towns and all the kids would be doing it, and then they'd be all whacked out of their mind and they would get in trouble because it's the cheapest bottle out there for the highest proof.
Okay,
but then again, they're drinking Everclear and everything else. So anyway,
right?
What is the
they're
difference?
doing mushrooms. They're doing
not anymore.
Edibles.
It's just roofies and reaps. That's all that's going on in college right now. It's craziness.
I don't know about that.
No, I get it. They do. The edibles are legal in Mass and stuff. So, not the college kids, but I don't think they.
What do you mean, not the college kids? They're like the prime buyers. Okay.
I think you have to be a certain age to buy. I think you got to be 21 to buy pot.
Look, we had to be 21 to buy this. Too.
They're strictly regulated right now. So
you don't think the kids today can digitize?
The kids today are like the kids of my day. One of my good friends used to sell pot and drugs out of his stuff.
They can't digitize your ID. You didn't have a fake ID?
No.
Me either.
Nope, I did not. I did not have a fake ID.
Nope.
I had places that just let me go in and buy.
I actually was pretty good at making them.
No, I didn't have a fake ID.
That was a pretty good little side gig.
There were places that
it's illegal.
There were certain ones that just let you go in back then.
Like
that Chinese place,
the
Chinese place off of 20. They let you walk right in. I went there a bunch of times. They just let you walk right in, and then you could sit right at the bar, and I watched concerts there and drank and I was like 18, 19. And then there were certain liquor stores, they didn't card a lot back then. As long as you went in and were respectful and paid them cash, they didn't care.
They thought when I was a junior in high school, they thought I was a junior in college. So because all my friends were way taller, way bigger, and they go in bullshitting and it worked. Whatever trick there is. I'm sure you have many.
Yeah. I had a friend in school that like when we were in 6th grade, he had a full mustache. He looked like he was an adult. Worst case scenario, we could always have him by if I needed to. But we always acquired it. I always got the stuff that I needed, but I didn't have
acquiring meaning legally or acquiring meaning
yes.
Or legally. Did someone tell you how to get it out of the back room?
No, actually.
Because I did it both.
I shouldn't say it on film, but he's not alive anymore. But Gramp used to buy from me all the time.
Oh.
Because he didn't want me to get in trouble. So he's like, don't you ever do that again. You tell me what you want. I used to keep a bottle of Bacardi in my closet because he would go get it for me and I'd buy Coke and I'd sit in my room. And
that's Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola. I'd drink rum and Cokes with Bacardi, but he would buy it. And then finally, Ma was like, "What? Why? Why are you making your grandfather do it?" I said, because he didn't want me to do it. He's like, then she's like, what do you want? So then I would give her money. She would pick me up a bottle. Yeah. As long as I promised not to drive.
I did not have that luxury.
No, she's like, as long as I wasn't going to drive, she didn't care.
What are we, 5 years difference?
5 years difference, yeah.
Yeah, so...
Age came. They mellowed with age.
Thank you.
Yeah,
he won't admit it at all.
No, but my didn't,
No,
back then, Dad was always drunk, so it didn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, she was like, okay, whatever. Don't make your grandfather go out. I'll get it. And going anyways.
And she didn't get nothing for me. But I didn't have that issue. I had my own little tricks and...
Yeah. Well, I didn't. Gramp was the one. I came home one time and he started yelling at me. I'm going to wreck my whole life and this and that. And it would have. So he's like, if I promised not to leave when I was doing it, I'm like, I promise. So I'd send Mom, like, actually back then, Mick Dry. I was like, get me a case of Mick Dry, because that's what I would take when I was venturing. I liked them ice cold in a cooler of ice and water. And I'd have Bacardi and Cokes at home when I was not going anywhere. So there you go. There's a little drift into our history that you didn't want. But you just got it anyways, because we just totally forgot the camera was running. But overall, benchmark, FullProof. 2 huge thumbs up.
If we could get you to ship this in this direction, you'd make a killing.
I would hands down.
Any of the cars. You're already trucking it up for one. I don't understand why you would truck it for another.
Honestly, I think that if this was on the shelf, see, they make benchmark.
www. I'm gonna have to email.
I think they make benchmark into like a punishment thing for the liquor stores. Like, you got to buy so many cases of this.
They do.
If you want to get the good stuff.
But they would buy 5 of these.
They would do that because people would buy these. People would buy these
because they'll sell.
Yep.
they don't want 62 bottles of this.
No.
They'd rather have 12, 12, 12, 12.
Now, don't get me
12,
wrong.
12, 12,
There's
12.
a lot of whiskey snobs out there that look at benchmark and they're like, I'm not drinking that.
No,
It's
but
cheap.
they'd rather
People
if they
say
had
the
to buy
same thing
benchmark
about
12, 12, 12, 12, 12, and get their 60.
No,
And
no.
then
If
sell
right, if
that
they
better.
offer it, or you know what, most liquor stores will be like, give me the 120 proof because that's the one that's going to sell. You know what I mean? Honestly, or give me the bottle and bond because that's going to sell. People like that. You know, people aren't looking. But Evan Williams has that same problem. Though.
But
People
if
look
they're
down
gonna play that game, then let them
get some of each.
You're already bringing the truck up. I don't get it.
In all reality, we bought these strictly because they were new. Everybody would do the same thing. How much money?
No, we bought these strictly because they're not coming up here.
That's what I'm saying, but they're new and they're never going to come here. We got this because Steve got them for us, but
Correct.
Other than that,
Thanks, Steve.
if they would have came to Massachusetts, we would have bought them
We would.
because they're new. It's the same reason why we bought
well,
Bonded
exactly.
and we bought
Yes, yes.
the Triple Mash. They were new, and we're like, we got to try it. You know how much money you make? Coke just did it with Starlight. You know, they put out that Starlight. It tasted
Don't
nasty.
know anything about that.
Yeah, Coca-Cola. You had one. I sent them home with you. That's Starlight. We did a review. Jerky Sauce to Zero, if you want to go check my son's channel. We did Starlight. You know how many millions of dollars they made on them stupid cans? Nobody's ever going to buy it a second time, but everybody bought it to try it. It's just, so even if they said, oh, we got a new product from these, and they put it out, everyone's going to buy it at least once.
You're right.
To
Because
try
even
it.
if you had this one, you got this one. Oh, now you got this one.
That's what I'm saying. You're going to try it.
It would
Is it
be
better?
a huge pitch.
Is it better? Let's give it a try. You know what I mean? So
And it's like $1, $1
again,
more.
I will give it to Benchmark. That's exactly it. This at 120 proof is $21.99. They didn't raise the price that much compared to. I think you can get Benchmark anywhere from $9 to $12, the regular
Pretty
number
much.
8. So
Here.
it's not outrageous to get 3 times the proof. You know what I mean?
No.
Type of a deal. Or twice. You know, it's a lot more proof for that.
Right.
They didn't go way up in price and gouge people. This would be a seller because people would try it at such a low price.
If I was having a Christmas party or a Thanksgiving party, and then we're gonna make rum and cokes, or not rum, whiskey and cocoa, whiskey and gin, I'd have that out there for that price.
One of
Who
them,
cares?
like this is a perfect I'm gonna make a summertime punch, and you're gonna put stuff
That's
in
it.
and boop, boop, boop. You know what I mean? And then you got the proof in there.
Because it's got a sweet flavor. It has a nice little.
It really does.
And it mixes. It mixes well. So it would be.
If anyone from Benchmark is watching, hopefully you take our advice. And if it happens, we'll take full credit, but we know you're not watching. So, but anyways, honestly, they should definitely ship these out to a lot more places. I
don't
agree
know
with you.
why.
I think they would all.
If you are watching, that would be an interesting reason why you can't or don't.
It would be interesting to find out why.
Because I don't have an answer.
Because if they are
and nor
shipping,
do our people that we deal with.
yeah, but if they're
they
shipping
don't
old
need
number 8, why couldn't you ship the rest? Unless it's actual availability, and they're afraid that they would deplete the numbers because this isn't watered down.
So where does that
compared
go?
to-
4 states, 12 states, 22 states.
I'm not 100% sure.
40 states. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Where does
I
that
don't-
stop?
I don't know the distribution of it, but I know he found it when he went to Kentucky itself on a way through. But
I get it.
and again, I know when Mash and Drum did it, he had someone. He lives in Ohio, and he had someone. I want to say in one of the I states, Illinois or something, because I watched it a long time ago. Get it? So I don't know.
And that's weird because they almost get everything.
That's that. We babbled on long enough
We did.
about everything except for the review. If you find it, highly recommend it.
I do.
It's really, if you don't like old number 8, it's even less on the butterscotch because you get the proof. It has the same nose, don't get me wrong.
It does.
But it's not as much of a sweet flavor because it brings more of the proof when you're drinking it.
It does. Not crushing though. It's very tasty.
But it doesn't drink like an 80 proofer. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, you know,
It's
still brings-
tasty, but again, don't take us wrong that it's tasty.
Yeah, he mentioned that in Booker's. It doesn't compare.
No.
Well, we recently just did Rare Breed Smashes it, or Russell's, or anything that's behind us.
Or Elijah.
Yeah, anything
it's
that's
not
behind
there.
us. No.
But it's a quick fix, cheap, and if you're going whitewater rafting, I'd have a ball with that.
Right, because even if you dropped it in the river and it went away, it doesn't matter. It's $20. It's
Yeah,
not
or
like you lost a pappy on the way down the river. Yeah.
No.
You know what I mean? Right.
And we don't have one, but
No.
if it would be a fun getaway, camping, whatever. This would be.
You're supposed to take the cans we had to go camping. Didn't you see the ad? The still house. It was in a can.
Yeah.
Floats down the river.
I'll take my chances with this bottle.
Yeah.
All day long.
It wasn't good.
If you kick this over, it's $20.
Right. No, honestly, I 100% agree with you. So, that being said, this fits right into the category. Spend less,
It does actually.
drink more. Yeah, you can't. You're not going to spend less for a higher proof right here. So,
No.
spend less, drink more. Thanks for watching.
We'll work on them. Ship it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I don't know. It would be nice. They really should.
It doesn't make sense. The bus comes up.